and welcome. November is Epilepsy Awareness Month, and this month I'm looking at TBIs. And I had a wonderful, wonderful book that I decided to actually read. It's $8.99 on Amazon Kindle, and it's called The Night the Lights Went Out, a memoir of life after brain damage by Drew Magary. You might know him from when he worked for Deadspin and his sports commentary and his writings. And you might even know him from his yearly article where he takes a jaded look at the Williams Sonoma catalog. And it's interesting Christmas offerings, and they are truly interesting half the time. I have never imagined so many tiny Ena gardeners in my entire life. But I have to admit, I am a huge fan of their peppermint bark, so, you know. And also, I'm hoping to restock a kitchen for myself of my very own, so dreams. It's sort of like the Sears or JCPenney toy catalog at the moment. Anyway, the book is, again, called The Night the Lights Went Out, a memoir of life after brain damage. And as someone with a TBI myself, I completely get a lot of where Mr. Magary is going. A lot of quotes stood out to me, and they will be interspersed throughout this video, like this one. And also, for people who don't like the cussing, I would have to rate this book PG-13, but it's well worth it if you can get past that. Okay, so Mr. Magary had what ended up being a hemorrhage in his skull that came on suddenly during a night of fun out with work colleagues. And it ended up with a 2-week-long coma. It ended up with all sorts of crazy, and also losing parts of himself, like his sense of smell, his dignity in some cases, and that's also in the text. Things that happen when you're moving around during a coma, all your bits and bobs fall out, which was faithfully recorded in the text. But also brain injuries causing other problems, such as a lack of taste, a lack of smell, sensory issues like losing all the hearing in one ear, for example, and of course the assorted headaches and craziness that comes along with the fact that your brain has decided that it's not going to brain at this moment in time. And during this, Mr. Magary goes deep into things. He actually explains many aspects of the medical profession as he saw it. He also comes out with some beauties, such as to live on after a bad time, after a moment of pain and trauma. To live on, you have to make the good happen. A different life need not be a worse one. You have to decide if you're the lucky one or not. Why live on otherwise? And that is such a beautiful way of putting things. And there are so many other beautiful ways of putting things in this book. And also beautiful information about things like how hearing loss works and many assorted other problems that can be acquired. And hearing loss is a neurological disorder. There will always be, well, does it really need to be cured? Yeah, kinda. It helps to have if you can actually work with what you have to help make up for what you don't have. And if you can find items to help you, like hearing aids, or in Mr. Magary's case, a cochlear implant, go do the thing if that will work for you. What will work for you will not necessarily work for another human being, etc., etc. So anyway, in this book, there's, of course, ugliness, and there's, pain, and there's assorted other things that come along with the pain and trauma, but Along with that, you see sunshine and you see beauty and you see someone who's not willing to just take it and is actually willing to fight for himself. So definitely give it a read. It's got my seal of approval, and I've gotten a little tougher on books over the years. I still feel guilt when I don't like a book, but I thought this one was absolutely perfect. It's a different type of brain damage than mine, although my epilepsy comes from a TBI. Mr. Magary had what is technically a stroke caused by a blood vessel that just said, bye, and all the other good stuff. And there are some things I didn't experience, and there's some things that Mr. Magary wouldn't have experienced on my side. But when it comes down to it, he has lived again, and he's still funny and snarky and silly and just sweary when he needs to be, because sometimes I know that many people might disagree, but sometimes it can help pain, physical pain, studies have shown this, to have a good blue streak. And also look at the beauty. And it's amazing to me how much beauty can come from something so ugly. So I highly recommend 5 stars for The Night the Lights Went Out. Check out the Hater's Guide to the Williams Sonoma catalogs down below. And enjoy the peppermint bark, my friends. The personalized peppermint bark. Joke. And if you like sports, give Mr. Magary a follow, and all the other good stuff. You're loved, and happy reading.